Okay, so you want to know how I write blog posts that suck visitors in, keep their attention, and help me make more money. That's what this bonus video is about. It should have been out last night. I apologize it was not out last night. I've been battling a toothache for about a week now, which is giving me a run for my money. I want to get you up to speed as quick as I can. When I last left you, we were looking at the keyword survival fishing. And it turned out, after I did a little more research, that wasn't a very good keyword. There was a video on page 1 for that phrase. And none of the other phrases had enough keyword search volume to even worry about whether or not they were ranking on page 1. So I decided to go back to merchant words and type survival in again, and I came across survival dagger. And that word had a really good search volume and no competition, and none of the products have any competition. Now here's the thing. All of these products that the tool pulls in, the Amazon Treasure Hunter tool, the products names themselves don't really have search volume. So we've got to look for the broader keyword. So I found that in Survival Dagger, and again, that was because Merchant Words gave me the suggest. So I went to Merchant Words, I found a keyword, Survival Dagger, I found products. Okay, great. So Survival Dagger will be my primary keyword, and then each product name will be a secondary keyword. And the first thing I do when I start to think about creating content is I go to the authority forums and blogs in the market. So for a survival dagger, I want to go to an authority survival site, and here I am on survivalistboards.com. Now, survivalistboards.com, I'm a member of and have been for a long time, and this particular section here is the Knives, Swords, and Axes subforum. So I can come into here and I can look through. Now, see, I have lots of reviews just right here that people have already written in the subforum. And then I have all of these stickies that mean, these were important enough to be here. Now I can type in the name of a product into the search function and look to see if anybody's talking about a particular brand, because a lot of things that the Google AdWords tool misses is stuff that's being talked about in forums where people are. It's only tracking what people search on Google. It's not tracking what I'm searching here. It's not going to track my search in this forum here. So that being said, I could come in here and I could put the product name in here and see if it has a lot of searches. And I will give you an example. Today I looked at the Rambo knife, okay, and after reading here, I realized I don't want to promote that product. But the point is, when I came here, even though the Google AdWords tool wasn't showing me search volume for this particular product, actually, I think I typed in the wrong phrase there. It should have just been Rambo knife. And there were several posts about it. One of them was well over 3 pages. So there was a lot of discussion about that product. Just turned out that the discussion they had did not favor the product. So, but what I could do is I could go into these threads and I could look. Let me just back that out and just leave it at Rambo knife as soon as it comes up. My computer's moving a bit on the slow side at the moment. Okay, but we'll type in Rambo knife. And if they did have good things to say about the product itself, I could find somebody who really who made a good long post with lots of authority behind it, knew what they were talking about, somebody who obviously knew the product. And then I could send them a PM and ask them, hey, would you mind if I used your content, would you mind giving me, even if it's a video or an audio, because I can always have it transcribed, some tips about this product or your review, your opinion, whatever. I could ask a few people, curate all of that. And a lot of times they'll have their own sites and blogs too, so I'll offer them a backlink in exchange, and they'll be more than happy to do it for me. And so there I have my review put together. Now that's one way to do it. Now the other way to do it is to just write the content, which is what I did in this case because we're pressed for time. And here is the review that I wrote, okay? My headline is a question: a gun, a sword, or a survival dagger, because I want my keyword in the title. Yeah, and now while guns are definitely the great equalizer, a survival dagger also has its advantages. This is where I tell them about, I'm a mom to two small boys. I'm not comfortable with a gun in the house right now. Yeah, sure, I could have a gun safe, but my youngest is a genius. He could probably crack that thing in 5 minutes. Um, and I say that's a story for a different day. Because I want to get past that and I want to get back to the topic. Now, the topic is, why do I need this? Why am I even thinking about a dagger? I want to introduce a story here to tell them why I'm thinking a dagger. And, I want to make it engaging. So, of course, the night my sarcastic husband made me realize I wanted a survival dagger. Her sarcastic husband, what's this, I tell the story about the night I came home and I had a call from my sheriff's department. It was a recorded call telling me that they were looking for a man in my neighborhood. Now, I don't know where you live, but where I live, that's never happened. The sheriff's office has never sent out a recorded phone call to tell us they're looking for somebody. It was very strange to have that happen, and they said he's like 6 foot tall, blonde hair, carrying a black bag. Well, that's enough to put you on edge when you're home alone with two small kids and your husband's at work. So I called my husband at work, and I told him what the police said, and he said, well, grab one of the swords and lock the front door. I said, what am I going to do with a sword? And my husband, being sarcastic that he is, said, the pointy end goes in the man. Here's the thing, I can't pick up our swords. I certainly can't wield them. They're far too heavy for me, which is why I'm not afraid to have them in the house with the kids. If they're too heavy for me, they're too heavy for the children. So I don't worry so much about the children getting a hold of them. Now, would I have to worry about a knife? Yeah, possibly, except that I have kitchen knives that my kids don't mess with, so I don't think they would mess with this kind of a knife either. I also can put it up and away. It doesn't have the accidental deadliness of a gun. My kids could get the gun, play with the gun, oops, trigger, there you go. The knife, they would have to intend to stab one another with it. And with my kids, you never know if they're going to do that. So, I tell that story, and I try to make it real brief, and then I get into why I decided on a survival dagger, which I just told you. And then I introduce Amazon, why I went to Amazon to look instead of just going to one of my local stores. And, not only do I love Amazon's customer service, but I have another solid reason. Amazon has reviews that I can read. So I can read the reviews on Amazon and maybe possibly might find a review in there. And if I do, that's going to be important from a woman like me who has small hands. Okay, having had a gun before, having handled many guns, I know how big and bulky most of them feel in my hand because I have a small hand. I've had to, I'm a scuba diver too. I'm a certified diver. I had to buy kids' diving gloves, kids-size diving gloves, to get gloves that fit. So I have a small hand, so I definitely want to look for a knife that's going to suit my hand. And so, I put a little bit about that in there because what if I don't find that review? If I don't, then I have to go from, well, I didn't find a review that said so, but this one is this size, and I think that might work in my hand perfectly well. So that's how I write the content that engages them and sucks them in. But what I want to show you now is something even more powerful. So, again, I write in OpenOffice or in Word if I'm on my other computer. Because in the WordPress interface, it's just too slow and it's bulky and I forget to save and sometimes I do something and I lose the entire post. So I'm going to write the article in here, which I've done. And this is, how long is this article? Let's see. It's about 839 words. After I went to Amazon and looked at the top 3 products that I wanted to promote, and really all I did was just pick the first 3 off the list. I looked at these. Now, if I was actually writing this for the purpose of driving traffic to this and selling this product, which I probably will, but because I need to get this video out to you, I really didn't have the time to dig through all of Survivalist boards and all of my other survival forums that I'm on to try to find people and then PM them and wait for them to answer because I needed to get this content out to you. And I also have a nifty little tool called the Data Extractor, which is Jack Duncan's tool. And if you're a member of Warrior Forum and the War Room in Warrior Forum, just go in the War Room and search Data Extractor or Data Extraction Tool, and you should probably find it. If not, I know Jack sells it, but I don't remember where. I'll probably email that out in a couple of days the link to that in case you want it, but it literally does. It'll search every site like a forum and like a blog for the keywords you're looking for. Because remember, again, the only thing Google is indexing is what people are searching for on Google. If you want to know if people in these forums are searching for these keywords, like when I was researching the keyword, fussy eaters, I wasn't getting much from Google about getting kids to eat. But if you go into any parenting forum, you'll see this is a really common problem for parents, is their kids go through a stage where they're very fussy and they don't want to eat anything. So because they're talking about it in the forums, they're not searching for it on Google. They're talking about it in their parenting forums. That tool will help you locate those people in the forums, just like the data extraction tool would have helped me locate all of these different product names and what people were saying about them on survivalist boards. But again, for the sake of saving time, I just pulled the top 3 off the list, except for the Rambo one, because I wasn't going to promote that. This is not a memorabilia site. My real survivalists say the product is junk. Now, if I had a memorabilia site, then I might promote it. But because my site is a survival site, I would become a laughingstock if I promoted that product. So I'm not going to promote that to my survival site. Okay, so we have all of this, and now what we're going to do is I've taken the product description off the top 3 from Amazon. Okay, so I'm just going to hit Control-A, select all. You can right-click and copy, or you can use your key command strokes, which for copy is Control-C. And then I'm going to go over here into my post. As you can see, I've already named it. And now I'm going to paste the content in. Okay, so now the content is here. Now here's the one thing I need to change right away, is that because I write in OpenOffice, the spacing is a little bit different and it's too spaced out when I paste it in here. So I've got to go through each section and pull everything up a line or two to make it look right. Okay, that'll go up 1. That goes up. Okay, and luckily this is not that long of an article, not for me anyway. Mine are usually well over 1,000 words. This one's only a little over 800. And some of that content came straight from Amazon, and I'm about 50-50 on original unique content here and then what I took from Amazon. But again, my traffic comes from the niche sites. It doesn't come from Google or from search. And in this case, if it does come from search, it's going to come from a search video anyway, so it's not going to matter. The next thing I want to do is I want to SEO this post just a bit. So I'm going to make this title here an H2. And then I want to center it as well. Center. Okay. Then I want to make all the subtitles that have the keyword in them H3. Now there is some question about over-optimizing when doing this, but since I don't have an EMD, which is an exact match domain, I really don't need to concern myself with over-optimization. And for the most part, because SEO doesn't mean much of anything to me, I don't really care at all. It's just habit for me to do this, just in case. And because I'm going to be linking to it and backlinking this product, I of course, or this post rather, I of course want it to at least be well done. And if I were to say drive any paid traffic like Google AdWords to this particular post, I would want the SEO score. So since it's not an EMD, I don't have to concern myself with the problem. Now that all of that's done, here's what we're going to do. We are going to add the products through my WordPress AmaZingCart plugin. So first, I've just copied this title. And what I want to do now is I want to move my cursor back down here because I want it to go here at the bottom. And once this comes up, what we're going to do is we're going to type in that keyword, or the product name rather. I'm going to look for a medium-sized image. I'm going to search. So that product name is the Gil Hibben Survival Knife. Now, if this was the only product I was promoting, I would leave it at that. But because I have all 3 in here, I'm basically saying you have the choice. It's up to you what to do. Okay? We'll go ahead and we'll get the next one, and then we'll add that in the same way. And we'll do that with all 3 so that they can choose which one they like based on the information I've given them in this post. Okay. Uh, Keyword. Make sure you change the picture to medium unless you want it bigger or smaller. Search. Select the product. Add the product. Okay. And it should show up there now. Oh, it showed up in the wrong place. Wait. Where we wanted it was down here. We'll add it again. And I just hit Control Z to undo that. Okay. Add it again. Medium size. I often forget to move my cursor. Okay, there we go. And then we have the last one, which is the MK Navy 3. Copy that. I just hit Control C. You didn't see me right click and copy because I just hit Control C. Yeah, there we go. Put the cursor where it needs to be. Open the Amazon Cart plugin. Look for a medium-sized image. Search. And this is the one we want to add. Okay, now they have all three products. They can see all three different prices, find one that suits their budget, what they like about each one. They can read up here, and they can select. But here's another thing I can do. Now, a knife needs a sheath. So what I could do now is I could go and open the Amazon Cart AmaZingCart plugin, and I could type in let's type in survival knife sheath. And we'll look for medium-sized picture. We'll search. Now here we have several products, so what we could do is 1, 2, 3, select 3 and add. And these are products that our visitor might want to add to their purchase. So what they would do, what the plugin does, is it lets them add to cart without leaving the site. So let's say they want to buy 2 knives, one for the husband, one for the wife. The husband's going to have the bigger one, he's got the bigger hands. Wife's going to get the smaller ones. So they could add to cart here. They could also change their quantity, and I'll show you that in a minute. They can change the quantity of their order, so they could change the if they both want the exact same knife, they could change it to 2. If they both want the exact same sheath, they could change it to 2. But right now they could pick 1 knife for the man, 1 for the woman, and then matching sheaths without ever leaving the site. So let's publish the post, and then I will show that to you. Okay, so we've clicked update, and now let's go take a look at the post. And this is the post. Here it is right here. Now, as you scroll down, please notice on your right side, they can also search Amazon for more products and view your shopping cart. Now, right now, the shopping cart is empty, so we'll leave it. And we'll just scroll down. And from here, we can add a product to cart. And it will even confirm that it was successfully added to cart. And it returns them right back to the same page so they can keep shopping. Okay, and let's go on and we'll pick a sheath. Sheath. Oh, it looks like I didn't pick a sheath, so I picked a knife with a sheath. Okay, we'll add that one to cart as well. And as we scroll back up, we'll notice that we can now view our shopping cart. You have 2 items in cart, so you can view cart. So let's view the cart. And when we get here, we'll see what our cart looks like. Here I can change my quantity if I want to, or I can remove it. Then I would update the cart if I were to make any changes, and then I would add to Amazon cart and proceed to checkout. I could also search Amazon too. So let's say I wanted to search for a crossbow while I'm here. I could then search for a crossbow, and it will return a details page for me of different crossbows. All of these I can also add to cart. So let's say I want to add another one, just add it to cart. And you notice the visitor has not left my site. And now I can go and view the cart again. Now I have 3 items in the cart. And here we go. Okay, so let's just say I want to update the cart. This is my hosting just being a little bit slow right now. Or my weather. Could be either. Summertime in Florida. Odds are it's cloudy and overcast, especially at 5:30 in the afternoon, considering it hasn't rained yet today. Okay, here I am at Amazon, everything in my cart, ready to go. So not only do I have the engaging content, but I've also got the opportunity to upsell and cross-sell to my market. So if you buy Amazon Treasure Hunter 2.0, the bonus for that is a multi-site license of my own plugin that lets you do the cross-selling and the upselling to make more commissions. And now you know how to write engaging content. You know how to find good keywords. I've given you the merchant words tool that you can use. So you really should be ready to rock and roll. In my next video, what I'm going to be going over is how to make the video and get it ranked. So that hopefully will also be out tonight. And as soon as that's done, I will let you know.